We are live.
Hello.
Don't everyone speak at once. Oh, hey, Miss Cookie, how's it going? So when we last left off, uh, fucking, what even happened, man? Feels like it's like a whole week ago. What did happen last week? I think you guys had finally sorted all your stuff out in Hiroga and decided to finally make the journey to the Fabrication Station, as laid out by Joe, as the direction to go. Started heading west out of Hiroga. Keep getting those mixed up. And made your way a good ways along, finding some stuff out about each other on the way. Mainly figuring out how to make Enon turn into a horse, at least temporarily, and then Enon spend the whole time, instead of short resting, trying to turn into a horse, and thus unable to become a horse for a while. Yeah. Made your way up the river, into towards the mountains, came upon a waterfall, and obviously found a secret tunnel behind the waterfall, because there always is one. That's just how it goes. Started looking around, trying to investigate some stuff. Ailey seems particularly attentive today. Pretty out of bounds for her, but full of surprises. That's where we currently are at, as the team has entered and taken a look around. Thoricus spent a little bit of time attempting to summon some foreknowledge from Jamie, I guess. And
I mean, she knows everything. I mean,
yeah.
just consult with her, do some divining.
And she gave both good and bad results. Thank you very much, Cookie, for that 400.
Yeah. But isn't that just life, though? Good
That
and
is
bad.
just life, good and bad. So we will see how it goes. Yeah. Yeah. As you are making your way down the corridor, the cave that looks like a cave, with the stalagmites and all that stuff. But it is very much, it was very much constructed at some other point in time, and it's just been long since disused to turn to that point. Yeah, and as you get further and further down, you start to hear the tink, tink, tink of metal hitting metal far in the distance. So, what's the plan?
So we're hearing what we assume is dwarves.
What Ailey immediately spurts out is dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay. But it could be anything. It could be machinery. Could be could be some people working on metalwork, or any number of things.
Ooh. What if it's Joe's origin story? Let's go.
Okay.
straight into it then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
We can try and be sneaky.
we should sneak because we shouldn't just burst into people's, you know,
Yeah, we should sneak into people's places rather than just burst in.
whether it be their homes or their workplaces or whatever the fuck they're doing.
Yeah,
Mhm, mhm.
sound. I like it.
Right on.
Let's be stealthy. Nice, Haley.
Stealth.
Mhm.
And oh shit. Public. Stealth.
Oh, all rolling stuff?
If you want to stealth.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay.
I will do my best to be stealthy.
We're all just doing our best.
Mhm.
Oh, Codswallop. You're a bit excitable.
Yeah. And a 20 indeed. And Inan got a 12.
Oh no! Good thing we got a couple of nat 20s in there.
Two?
2 natural 20s and a 2.
Does anybody have pass without trace?
Yes, I do.
That might be the way to go.
I was about to say. Alright then.
Oh man. Okay, passes without a trace. Cool. So that means we got 31, 22, 35, 39,
Jesus.
21, 26, and 12. One of these things is
Joe.
not like the other.
Can we just split off from Joe sufficiently enough that we're not technically splitting the party? But people won't go, oh, that guy is with those people.
I mean,
I mean, if they only noticed Joe.
Yeah, like that's the thing. They need to only notice Joe, because that could be fine.
okay, all right. You send him in front
Go
of the
first.
party. Okay, well, you keep walking it down the corridor until you make it to what seems to be the source of the tink tinks. It seems to be a large opening in the cave, and you see those of you who are not sensitive, who are not dark visioned, are more sensitive to this. The light glow of some very hot metal making its way down the cave, and you can see that there seems to be a bunch of machinery currently in use. Seems pretty reasonable as to where you were planning on going, but from this distance you can't really make out who's operating the machines, if there is anybody. But yeah.
Machine.
You're seeing some machine work in a large opening further down the old corridor cave
What
thing.
sort of machines?
Roll a perception for me.
At advantage,
Yeah.
because inevitably all of us will support you.
Sure.
Okie dokie.
Well, all right then.
Not needed.
So from this distance, you see the machine, that they're very heavy machines, designed to flatten out metal, much as one would as a blacksmith, but seemingly designed to do much more bulk works, much larger pieces of metal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. like heavily industrialized blacksmithing.
Pass that information on to the team. We are doing large-scale production here.
Wait, you can see all of this?
Yes. You see him like straining his eyes as he's looking into the dark.
Squinting desperately.
Mhm. Okay. There's no markings that
Producing.
look like they're like stuff like Joe, right?
You can't see that from this distance. You're hiding far enough back, keeping you nice lookout. You're lucky this point of the tunnel sort of like strains out quite a lot, and you can see the glow of the hot metal and hear the tinking and seeing the movement. You can tell that it's big, heavy machinery that is going on in that room.
To get closer.
So it's just a single room?
Seems to be from this distance.
And Joe's going first, right?
Currently, yes.
I will be back in a minute, sorry.
Okay.
I guess we're just gonna continue
Stealthing
approaching.
along.
Stealthing along.
Okay. So as you get closer and closer, you do see exactly what Varys described. That it is a large room with massive machines in it. You can see that it seems like it's a side by side sort of deal on either side of the room, with a nice walkway down the middle for you guys to for passes through to get by without interacting with the machines. But on either side there are sets of machines with like conveyor belts in between them, and pounding out metal. And you see what Thoracus, Varys, and Ailey have all seen before, which is automatons much like Joe, but not to his class, if that makes sense. Bulkier, stand like gaunt, as opposed to his, more person looking. They look like constructs. They don't have they don't even try to move in a way that makes them not look like a robot.
These are the droids we were looking for.
Yeah. You see that they are what are operating the machines.
They've tried to kill us
Dwarves.
slightly less often than dwarves.
So
I'm gonna whisper to Joe if he's not too far ahead. Joe.
Well, I imagine you still trying to keep him within your pass without a trace.
Yeah. And just kind
Then
of
he's only like 30 feet from you, so
just kind of whisper to him, like, just to ask, like, what relationship do you have to these kinds of creatures, or these kinds of constructs? Are they friendly to you?
I say at this point he like comes back to the group and like convenes with you, and both Thoracus, Ailey, Varys, and him will be able to explain what's previously happened with interactions with other constructs. Joe was able to communicate with them in their language, I guess, which comes out as a dial tone for you guys. Oftentimes, previously they have only attacked when you're trying to when you're going against their programming, and essentially, so they previously were set on guard of specific places. So yeah, style up internet types. They so it's set up to protect a place, stop people from getting through. So when you tried to move past them, they would attack. Joe included, anything, anyone, that sort of thing. So he explains basically if their task is simply to continue construction, whatever it is they're doing, then we could likely just pass by them. But if their programming is not known to him, so it could be that they protect it, they could be designed to kill on sight, they could be anything. Usually he's able to converse with them first off, and is able to speak with them without, causing a problem, but that's also a risk.
The first interactions we had with constructs before we met Joe, they killed one of our friends.
Oh yeah, there was a.
So don't underestimate them.
Yeah, this is the time where Ellie's like, yeah, stepped on a thing, killed that paladin guy. Yeah.
Drove him crazy.
And it was the death part that did that. But...
Yeah, Jamie.
Oh yeah, and
What were we
they
talking
had to be saved by Jamie because they were absolutely destroyed by them. So at level 1. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Dear. How risky would it be, Joe, for you to go in and talk to one of them and see what their purpose is here?
I can certainly try.
Does everybody think that's a good idea?
Yeah, it's usually what we do.
Okay.
That is usually what they do.
If the rest of us hang back, if something goes wrong, we'll come in and get you out of there, Joe.
Much appreciated. I will. I'll see what I can do. Oh, so he walks out.
Okay.
Sorry, you go. Yes.
The rest of the party and goes, right? Like that, we'll do that, right?
Yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah, Joe's a good buddy. We're not gonna just leave him hanging.
Cool. Right. Well, he starts making his way. Thank you very much, Miss Cookie, for all those likes. Starts making his way out of the zone of the past without a trace, and moves into the room. You hear the dial tone noises. It's like obviously your characters haven't had an experience in internet connection before, so they don't know what it's like. But scratching and dial tone, just like the ringing of it's like a bell that doesn't stop, sort of stuff, as well as different chimes in between. So most of the team have heard Joe speak in this pseudo language before, and have heard other creatures speak in that as well, and have noticed that Joe's sort of his way of speaking it is clear, distinct, and refined. They have previously experienced ones that seem to have a guttural version of it, where it's like corrupted in there, and either the machine that makes that noise is broken or something to that effect. And it's very much what comes out of the whatever construct he is speaking to in there, where it's far deeper and scratchier than what Joe gives off. But it doesn't seem to anger them anyway, as they return back to what they're doing, and Joe makes his way back. And he says, they won't let us pass without a fight.
Did they
Yeah.
say why?
Their programming, unfortunately, requires them to... Well, this place is off limits, essentially. Similar to that sign that I read back before as a cautionary thing to the nature of this. It seems that their programming initially was probably that was just to ward people off, not violently, but over the tens of thousands of years they've been here, they will kill any living thing that tries to get past them.
So they won't let you pass either.
No.
Give you any hint as to what's beyond this room?
Well, I know that this is part of the manufactory. They're definitely working on a lot of the raw materials. It looks like this room was either incomplete or has been changed in some way since it was first constructed, as it no longer... The materials they are building just seem to pile on the floor, so they're not going anywhere. But it's definitely part of the manufacturing. But the actual part that we need to get to, the part that constructs the dragons and programs the constructs, will be far deeper in.
There might be another way in that doesn't involve getting ourselves ripped apart.
Rip them apart. It's not their fault they were programmed this way.
We can go around. That seems like the best option. Is there an around?
I mean, there are other ways that we could try and approach the manufactory, but this would definitely be the most direct route. And I don't think we really have the time to, make our...
Go elsewhere.
Yeah, to take a detour. I have no qualms with subduing them. If their makers knew what had transpired with their programming, they wouldn't have set them off in such a manner.
You.
Are you?
Sounds like we
Are
have
you
to
cutting-
go through then.
It does seem like that. So, what is the plan?
Are we going to have to fight them, aren't we?
Quite possibly.
Mm.
If you're gonna go straight down.
What do you guys think?
Bronwyn?
We're gonna have to try.
Nemi?
Okay.
Nemi?
Oh no.
Oh,
Hello?
I
Are you
get my
back?
audio working. Is it working?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Hey, okay.
Yay.
Fucking better. It's kind of when Joe said subdue, Nemi looked a bit confused, and she's gonna go, "What does Joe mean by subdue?"
Take apart. put down.
Don't
You know,
have
we don't
Deconstruct.
we don't have to simply hold them so we can get past them, but we could also destroy them if we have to.
So you don't have some special way of turning them off?
No, unfortunately not.
Dang it.
Mm.
How many were there in there?
We're 6.
Too bad, you guys. There's the most squishy one in the party.
Mm-hmm. Hey Joe, about how close to them could we get without them attacking us?
Well, they won't attack us until we start trying to move past them. So we've got the entire distance into the room before they do that. As for noticing us, well, they already know that I'm here. So probably wouldn't take much.
Mm.
Well, shit. Should have just tried to sneak past them.
I have invisibility, but I can only use it on one person.
Yeah.
Scully, do the constructs count as creatures?
They do, but I don't think sleep works on them,
Yeah.
if that was what you were intending.
Are they immune to being frightened?
You don't know.
But we'd know, wouldn't we? Because I've
You
already
haven't
cast.
tried casting anything that makes fear
Yeah.
reactions out of them.
No, because I did. Fuck, what's it called?
Oh, you did. Right, you
Is-
did your.
Yes?
Yeah, you did.
On one before?
You've done it on before, but it was it was one of the smaller construction-y ones.
Yes. But what was my information? That one.
On that one, it was just a whole lot of resistances.
It really was.
But from your fight with the old dragon, you did recognize that may not have been it may not have been a full may not have been a full list of every constructs lists of things, because you noticed that the clockwork dragon was vulnerable to acid, whereas the constructy clockworks that you had were not. But you do remember that they are immune to poison damage and psychic damage, and they are immune to being blinded, charmed, deafened, diseased, exhausted, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, and poisoned.
Yeah, so
So
it's not gonna
these
work.
ones are probably immune to being frightened.
Yeah.
You can guess.
Yeah, most likely.
Yeah. They probably don't have feelings.
Yeah, and I probably wouldn't even be able to command them.
Well, I can make myself invisible and sneak through,
Mm-hmm.
but that doesn't help you at all.
We're used to battling things.
Mm.
It's okay. You are softer than us. We're already all battle
I can
worn.
get one more person with invisibility.
I am very withered. Mm.
Well, would we have a chance of being able to sneak by if you made Joe invisible?
Oh, I like that idea.
Mm.
So,
I could attempt to grapple across, I guess. Try
You
and stay out of sight
asked
and
about
grapple over
trace.
there.
Is the room big enough to sneak through?
I mean, so there's a nice little path through it, between the sets of machinery.
And they're all very, very busy at their machines.
So
We're sneaking through, and if it goes wrong, well,
Then it goes wrong.
we'll do something else.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And if I make Joe and myself invisible and we go first, we can be on the other side, and then if something goes wrong, we can help from there.
Okay.
Okay.
That works.
Okay. So is it going to be a you and Joe go first invisible, and then everybody else comes, or are you going to move as one, or?
Joe and I are going to go first invisible.
Okay. So, you guys can remake your stealth checks at advantage.
So I'm going to cast invisibility at 3rd level so I can get myself and Joe.
Cool.
Becomes invisible until the spell ends. Yes, Joe and I are now invisible.
Yeah. So, please remake stealth checks at advantage.
All ability does. Ooh.
Well. Yeah. So, for the sake of this, because invisibility is, it seems like it's just a you win sort of ability. So, what I'm gonna do with this is advantage on stealth checks and disadvantage on attempts to perceive, if they have to perceive you guys, if they try. But with that, both of you make it to the end of the room, no problem. You notice along the ceiling of the room, there's like, not really the ceiling, along the top of the room, there's like metal rafters, essentially, like gangways. That you've probably seen in some sort of construction before somewhere along the way, but made entirely of metal rather than wood or anything like that, that seem to be, probably used for watching the machinery from above. Doesn't appear to be anything on it, and just as the the conveyor belts seem to just hit wall and don't actually go anywhere, and there's like piles of materials just lying on the ground. It's same with the walkways above. They just lead into wall, and they don't have doors or anything on them. It's like this. The beginning of this room was meant to be where more stuff was added, and it just never got added.
Is there a door on the opposite side of the room?
Yep, so the opposite side of the room there is more cave that leads out. It twists a few feet, maybe 40, 50 feet down the corridor. It turns to the left and goes out of vision. But you reach the end of the room at least, and are able to start walking down that corridor if you wish. But you are now at the other end of the room, about 110 feet away from everybody else. 120.
Be sensible, even though we've got invisibility, to kind of duck slightly around the corner if the corridor
Okay, so you have to go
the
another.
corner is quite close to the entry.
It's so you have to go another 30-40 feet.
Oh, that's quite a way. Okay, maybe we can just kind of duck to the other side of the door.
Okay.
And then kind of wait for the others to make their way across.
Sweet. So the rest of you guys see Nemi and Joe disappear, and then have no idea what the fuck just happened. So
Nemi did say, like, we can go to the other side and then you guys can follow, and if
Yeah.
anything bad happens, we'll help
Like-
from there.
yeah.
Yeah, so,
So
like,
you know that
nothing
much.
bad
You know,
happened.
you see their footsteps in the dirt, and then you lose sight of them, and then you're like, how long should we wait?
Yeah.
But yeah, a few seconds pass, and no interaction from the constructs or anything.
That's good.
Wait,
All right, so nice, slow, stealthy movements.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to re-roll stealth.
Oh,
For this.
that's good.
We'll keep
keep
your
your old
old.
self.
We'll keep your old
Yeah,
stealth.
yeah, yeah.
It was just the invisibility people that had to read.
Yeah,
That's fair.
we never exited our stealthiness.
Yeah.
Good. Yep.
So lowest of you guys would have 21. Yeah.
Don't say yeah like that. Let's roll up. You think Nemi's squishy?
Oh boy.
That's not 21.
Oh, you guys are seeing this. Oh well, that's gonna be exciting.
Ooh.
Last one. Oh. Okay. Make it to the end of the make it to the end of the room, seemingly unnoticed by the constructs that are in it.
Stressful.
Nemi's gonna whisper to Thrikus and be like, "Great job. Keep going."
Even creepier.
Sorry?
It's even creepier because you're invisible.
Yeah. She's trying
Almost as
really
bad as
hard
Barrett.
not to scare you.
No, I knew you'd be around there. It's chill.
All right. Well, just find the right one. That will do. So, walk down the corridor, turn left, keeps going for a little bit, turn right, and then turn left again, and sort of end up sort of back on the direction you were going, and then come up to this point, and there's another right turn. I will let you guys decide how you want to make your movements through here. As you've left the metal tinking behind of the machinery, you're well past that now. It's at least 120 feet behind you, at least. But as that sound of metal on metal starts to go away, you start to hear like a low rumble, like something large moving across the ground, or underneath the ground. Can't really pinpointed exactly in this cave, but it could be drilling, could be something like that. Very low rumble. So, feel free to move as you would like.
And stick to the corners.
I'm gonna make use of the shelter. Can we hear how far away this new noise is?
Roll a perception check for me. It's fairly close. You know. Again, it's it's not close enough currently that you're worried about it, but it does sound like it is getting closer.
Nemi's gonna whisper that to Thoracus, who's currently heading the party.
Chill, we knew there'd be challenges.
Well, got some confidence coming out.
Yeah, because I know there's gonna be some good shit at the end of this. Jamie promised.
What did you say?
Nothing?
Okay.
Easy there. What's Ferris up to?
So, is that how far you're going?
I'm like, okay, so
Marcus is leading the way here.
I was about to ask Patty, do we want to go for this first turn or the second one?
Does the sound coming from either particular one?
It's definitely coming from the one like forward, as opposed to the one from the left.
One up here rather than over here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Should we go down the not noisy path then?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think so.
There's something down there.
You immediately spot another clockwork.
Like a totally safe thing, not a like a treasure in a chest that's not going to try and hurt us.
No, it's a pointy thing. It's another construct.
Where is it? I can't see shit.
It's a construct.
Where is it?
It's
like basically straight ahead of us.
in the dark.
In the
55
area
feet.
that is just beyond my vision.
55 feet out. Just beyond the side of
Yeah.
like legitimately.
Let's not have Varys head the party. There's
There
another
was a
one.
reason I was standing back.
Yeah.
More than one.
There's more than one. See.
We're still trying to sneak.
Yeah. What are you doing, Thoracus?
Guess we're still trying to sneak.
No, what are the constructs doing?
What are the constructs doing? Doing the roll?
My goodness.
They just seem to be standing there menacingly.
Pretty much, yes. What are the constructs doing?
As I said, they're just standing there menacingly.
That's
Other
it?
way?
Not even clicking?
So there's the light ticking that you normally hear from the live ones.
I thought you meant like finger clicking, like they're going to come out like the
Yeah.
jets and the
Yeah.
sharks.
Yeah. greasers coming out of the dark.
Is it active and not powered down?
So they don't
Oh.
seem currently actively doing anything. They are standing there. With their perception, you do notice that they are making the normal, like, clicking and whirring that they're powered currently.
Okay, this is bad, guys, because this is just what they look like whenever they'd be guarding stuff. Usually, these are the ones that would try to just kill you on sight.
I mean, there is some Doctor Who inspiration,
Maybe.
but it's not
From our experience previously.
There is another way we could go. It was noisier, but there might be scary robots, but we don't know
Maybe
that
they'll
yet.
be working. They won't be guarding as much.
Yeah.
Okay, we can go that way.
Upward? Okay.
Peeky peek. I don't see anything. Nothing so far. Eking along.
Pardon me.
Getting underneath other people's legs again.
I'm sorry, it just happens.
Straight up there.
Just how the Varys do.
Still seeing nothing. There's another bend up ahead. No, nothing.
Still nothing. If that's all you're seeing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. Ooh, this opens
Hearing.
up a fair bit, but I still can't see anyone.
Alright, well, as Nemi passes that point, the rumble turns to the vibrations turn to an extremely loud just absolute devastation of Earth. And you hear, well, those of you who can't see, hear the loud thump of something heavy come out of the wall and land on its feet. And if I can fucking find the goddamn thing. Where did I put it?
Shit.
There it is.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Thrakus sees a large creature crawl out of the wall and land and snarl in their direction.
I just tried to roll initiative when we're not in active combat.
You're not in active combat yet. What are you doing?
Nibby, get behind us.
You got it.
Codswallop, come with me.
So stay with Nibby. We still haven't bought you armor, god damn it.
Alright. So I imagine you guys are
Please.
still kind of stealthing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe and I should still be invisible unless this is
Cool.
taken an
Well, that
hour.
doesn't matter at all.
No.
Cool. Roll initiative.
Motherfucker.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I still can't roll initiative for Codswallop.
Okay, I'll do it. For
The roll initiative. Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Dang!
Yes.
Nice, Varys.
Yep. It's a good thing I've got +8 to initiative.
Mm.
You got that quick draw.
Yep. Fucking bullet. God damn.
You're underground.
Be able to see the thing.
That would be
Okay.
helpful, wouldn't it? Can't currently.
Nope.
Just see in blackness.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hey, Nemi.
Yeah.
So, I don't
Natural
think you can see
20s
that thing.
today, though. Like, holy shit. Was it
Yeah.
one? No, that's last
I
time.
have 3.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 natural 20s already. All right, 2
Hey,
more,
hey.
and you guys win the game.
He's
Nice.
pointed this out. He's pointed this out now, and now it's all nat ones. For
Yeah.
me.
Yep.
I had to
Had
point
to
it
jinx
out
us.
because I had to tell you that if you get 2 more, you win the game. That's I had to tell you.
Hey,
I will try harder to roll natural 20s.
like we weren't trying to roll before.
Every time I press that button.
I will wait harder. All right, Barris.
Yep.
You, yeah, you can hear the sound that happens and the snarling, but you cannot see what it is.
Sounds
Yeah,
dangerous,
you definitely can't hear it, but it is sounds dangerous, and it sounds like it's in this direction.
though. Okay. Oh, well,
Chelsea.
here goes nothing, I guess. I'm going to, oh,
Just gonna fire in that direction.
I'm it's just gonna wander. No, I'm gonna use my
You're not gonna
boots.
use the person right next to you to point out which direction the thing is.
I mean, I assume you'd point me in the right direction. I can't see
Okay.
shit.
Yeah, I would.
Everyone knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is it?
Yeah, basically.
Here.
I was gonna start describing it, but yeah, just pointing at the thing.
You can do the pointer too. Just press X on your keyboard.
Oh. Right there.
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 Massage.
It's huge. Another 3 hands.
Amazing.
Oh, that was great.
Right, so bonus action, clicking my heels together and activating the boots.
Okay, boots activated.
Yep. And I've got 50 feet of movement, so I'm going to move up. Oh, I can see it.
Mm.
Oh, good. I'm
Wow, you guys really are blind.
I am going to
Yeah, I
take
can
a
see that
shot
stuff,
with Misfortune's Maiden and just see what it does, I guess.
man. Okay. 23. Yeah. Well, it definitely hits. You see like it seems to have a natural armor to it. Very much for its for whatever nature it is. It's got sharp digging claws and all that sort of stuff. It's like an armored mole rat.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Yeah. But your bullet seems to pry one off nicely, doing a little bit of damage, but not hurting it that much.
Quite as good as I would have hoped.
Yeah. But you also do get the necrotic damage, which is the D4. Damage D6, D4. Yeah. Really need to organize this, but that's fine. Yeah, and if you had any missing hit points, you would have regained the.
I am still good on hit points.
Yeah, yeah. But
I
it
am going.
Definitely notices you now.
Yeah.
All eyes on you.
Yep. I'm going to use a grit point to do a dazing shot.
Okay. That one does not hit. Bing!
Yep.
Glances right off of one of the armorous bits.
And with my
Scales.
final, I'll go for one more shot and make it dazing as well.
Okay. got you. And a 5. Regain a spin hit point. Grip point.
Grip point.
Not
Nice.
hit point. Grip.
Perfect. Just
Mm.
paid for itself.
What did I just do? I think I did that twice. Yeah, I did. My bad. Cool. Is that the end of your turn? I believe that it is.
I
Bonus
am
action,
going
3
to
attacks.
yeah. I am going to stow my pistol and draw the dancing rapier as well.
Cool.
That'll end my turn.
Sweet. Cudswallop. Can't really see what's going on, but
Well, should be moving to near me because that's what I told him to do before we started combat.
okay. Moves to near me, but looks in that direction and growls. Thrakus,
I
you're up.
appreciate that.
All right. I see that Varys kind of only chinked that armor a little
Well,
bit, so
actually-
I'm gonna.
2 seconds. He's got a fucking bark.
Yeah. 15 feet of it? That's not within 15 feet.
It needs to be within audible range, and it's a cave
Okay.
and an echo roll.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but makes a wisdom save against it's the dog's bark. But yeah, it's your turn.
Yeah, nice. Well, obviously I'm gonna Slayer's Pray it.
You got
Sorry,
it.
just one
Okay.
sec. Skelly, it does have to do its con save. from
Oh, you
before.
hit. That's right. You're right. You did use that again. Does not make its Constitution save, so it is
Nice.
stunned, dizzy.
Dazed. Yeah, so it has disadvantage on attacks until the end of its next turn.
So, dizzy and Slayer's Breed.
But yeah, seeing that, it seems to have quite a lot of armor going on,
Mhm.
I'm gonna try with my Flameo. Did that only roll 1 though?
What?
It's supposed to roll 2.
You fucking narrated Flameo.
Flameo, Hartman.
Flameo.
Yeah. Did it only roll 1
It
d8?
is-
It's supposed to roll 2
Uh,
because of my level.
It rolled 2d8, you got a 1 and a 6.
It did roll 2d8.
Fuck.
So, there you go. Anyway.
Well, I'm still new at this shit, okay?
Cool. Dexterity save. Makes this dexterity
Also,
save.
is the flame purple? The flame better be purple.
Oh, yeah. So,
Fuck yeah.
you see appear
What do I see, Skelly?
as though I mean it's a bright light, so even Nemi back from where they are can see it. Everyone with the inability, well, you're currently covering it in your light from your thing, that's why it's lit up for you, but it brightens even more of the cave as a purple light just it seems seemingly coming through the ground above you, and is trying to slam into the bullet, but the bullet dodges out of the way before it hits him, unfortunately.
What? You man. Damn dexterity savers.
Yeah. Cool.
It was a shit throw anyway.
Yeah. So that's your action and your bonus action, so that's you unless you want to move somewhere.
I don't think there's really any...
Okay.
I don't want to do anything, so don't want to leave Nemi exposed.
Okay.
But... It's killing me. I'll stay put.
Okay. Joe's turn.
What is that?
What is that?
That is me trying to make the thing work and it's not working.
No, that's fair.
Classic.
So long as it's not something the Skelly's doing?
Oh, not working.
What are you doing to me?
You delete it, please, Skelly, and
You
thank
got
you.
Just
Aha, that's what I was trying to do.
Ah, yes. Oh, Joe. Up here.
He's
You...
still invisible until he attacks or
Yes, it has not been that full time, so even though everyone else is aware of where you are, they're not currently, but he is not going to where did he get this from? Anyway, he is not going to waste any time, and he's going to give it a scorching ray. This is the first one. At the second one. Yep. And third one. Miss. Damn it, Joe. Well, you see three red hot beams shoot out from his fingers. One slamming into the bullet, superheating some of its external exoskeleton. The other two one hitting the ground, one hitting the wall behind it. Just doing a crap load of damage to that wall and behind it, but that's about it. And now it's the bullet's turn. Cool. Please make a strength or dexterity throw, please, Ferris. Whichever you like.
Strength or dexterity?
Yep.
The actual the skills themselves?
Yeah. Saving throws.
Saving throws. Not today.
Right. Not today, bullet.
One more, and then we win TNT.
Fuck! Shit! How did you get this? What did you
I
do?
told you I was gonna roll better.
Okay. Cool. So you take half of that. Yep, so you just get moved out of that. So I'll do that for you. Half that damage. Half and half. And then it will attempt to make a bite on you at disadvantage. So
No
probably
dice.
probably not. I'd say. Cool. Nimi.
Nimi is fucking terrified. But so she can see where the creature is now, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's well covered in light. So you've got your light ring, right? Using that, Varys. Yeah. So Varys has got a whole lot of light coming out of his hand, shining over this. Joe's got like a wand, I guess. He's got a sorcerer focus that is casting a nice white light as well. Plus,
Delightful.
you've got your own torch if you want to use it as well. Obviously, you're invisible currently, so that wouldn't help you with it. But Yeah, it is currently well covered in light.
Great. I'm going to add some more light. Nimi is going to cast Fairy Fire on the creature. Just the creature.
Sweet.
And I don't know, it can be lit up in green.
Nice and green.
Like a sickly sewer green. And is there any kind of visible cover around? Or is everything kind of equally flat?
Yeah, everything's pretty equally flat. Above you there is like stalagmites and stuff. But otherwise not a lot of cover. It would struggle to get into where you are. Like I'd have to move around the rock wall that you guys are against. But considering it was able to just burst out of the wall beside you, I don't know how much that is really going to help.
Oh, in that case, I'm going to stay put.
Yeah. You know that it probably hasn't seen you, at least as your current. No, you just use a spell, so you are now visible. So.
But what I am going to do is use Bardic Inspiration. Who's next in the turn order?
That'll be Ailey.
So I'm going to give the inspiration die to Ailey. And Mantle of Inspiration at the same time. I don't know why that's rolling a die.
Because everyone's getting that. Yeah.
Yes.
Temporary hit points.
So everyone. So I grant myself a wondrous appearance, and everybody gets 5 temporary hit points.
Ah, yeah, right. That dice is because you've given them the right. Don't know why it rolls feet for them, but okay. I thought I fixed that. I guess I didn't.
Fine. I figured I should click something since.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's not in there. There's nowhere that it says roll a dice. So. Oh well, that's fine. Cool. So you can that to Ailey as a see, what's it called? Dice. Inspiration. That's the word.
Yeah.
Given them an
Inspiration die.
die.
And everyone gets 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And if you want, any of you can immediately use your reaction to move up to your speed without provoking opportunity attacks.
Exactly. So Varys,
That might be.
if you wanted
idea,
to get the
Varys.
hell out of the way, this is your time to do it.
Yep, I'm gonna
But
move
also,
back here.
should all of us back up a bit so we got some more room?
But yeah, if the creature didn't know where I was before, it definitely fucking does now, because I'm
yeah.
like glowing.
Yep. Shiny golden god that you are now.
Shiny. I like you.
Oh, right. It actually needs to make a dexterity saving throw for that very fine. Fails anyway. So.
Yes.
Very fine. Cool. Ailey turn. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Come on, Ailey. Net 20.
Win the game. How are they gonna do? Well, they were hoping to get in close enough to do some real damage, but they'll settle with just shooting it. And they plunk an arrow into it. Not too bad. 9 damage. But that's their turn.
They can attack more than once,
No, they can't.
can't they?
Nope. They can
I thought
use
they could do
no.
twice
So
now.
they can attack with their offhand if they're using a dagger. They can, if they use their boots, they get an extra attack. Otherwise, standardly, they do not.
Well, wouldn't Ailey have automatically just been like, cool, it's time to activate the boots?
I would say that at this point in time, they probably wouldn't, because it's, it's a one-time thing for a while. They're probably hoping that they can deal with this without using their one-a-day thing. Also, I don't want to be the person who used it before they get into real trouble. So, them's the breaks.
Didn't feel like much of an Ailey turn.
This is the kind of Ailey turn that they were doing a little while ago, right?
Yeah, this is vintage Ailey. This isn't Ailey Ailey. This isn't Ailey with all those glorious wings, Ailey.
Yeah. Well, too bad.
Rude.
So they get for not being here. Same with Enon.
You're gonna punish us. Punish those of us that ain't here.
Not entirely. Enon will at least, and the horror of what's going on, and their inability to transform into a creature, will instead just sort of lash out with a fireball. Well, not a fireball, but a ball of fire. As you see, just in their hand erupt a ball of fire. Yeah, just the hand lights on fire. And sort of in shock, they just biff it at the old. At the old bullets, hitting it, doing a little bit of fire damage. Yeah, that's their turn. My hand's on fire.
Luckily, throw it.
Yep. Actually, hold on. There would have been an advantage. Let's see if it's a D20, shall we? No, sorry. Same with this one. For fuck's sake. Alright, you win the game, everybody. Good job.
Nice. Yep, we won D&D. It's all over.
Wait,
Um,
can I keep playing?
we'll keep playing though. But you've won. You can take that. You can tell everybody.
Yeah.
You've officially won a game of D&D.
Nice.
Varys, you're up.
Okay.
8 natural 20s. What the fuck?
I'm going to step forward so I'm in a bit closer range.
Mhm.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to throw out the dancing sword.
Okay.
And take a stabby stab at it.
I still have not made a thing for it. I really should do that. But this is not the thing I should use for this either. What have I done? Oh no, I'm moving the wrong thing. Fucking God. You're killing me here. You're absolutely killing me. Here we go. There's where your sword
I believe
is.
that it is you who is killing us, in
Yeah.
fact.
Thrown out. You've thrown
The
out
sword.
the sword as your bonus action.
Yes.
There it is.
I can attack with it. Stabby stab.
Yep. 8 Damaggio. Cool.
Sweet. And I'm gonna shoot it in the face 3 times. Does it 17 hit?
Advantage.
Yep, that'll hit. And is it advantage?
Oh,
So
yes.
like that.
Oh, that already hits.
It does already hit, but just see how many natural 20s we can get up to, I guess.
Give it a go. Give it a whirl.
Okay. Fucking hell, you get 3 attempts at that. That's fucked. Anyway, first one, 12 damage, and you gain a grip point back.
Sweet.
Second one hits 9 damage and d6 of cold damage. As you see, nice white crystals forming where your bullet pierces the armor.
Nice.
This is pretty unusual for the campaign to get fucking 8 natural 20s. Normally it's like balanced out where there's 1 natural 20 and then a natural 1. 1 natural 20 and a natural 1. But no
I
natural...
got a natural 1.
Where? And today?
Yeah.
Where? When?
When I did my flameo.
Yeah, but there was not on a d20 though. It was on. Yeah, we're not counting
It was on
those.
damage.
We're not counting damage points. Counting.
And I'm gonna make this last shot a dazing shot as well.
Okay. It's extremely hurt right now. Like there's some serious damage that has been done to it. All right, that one does not hit.
The other's it.
Cool.
Sweet.
Godzilla still growling. Thrakis.
Alright, it's uncomfy level close, so I'm gonna go with my bow. Try to true. I will do that. Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's at advantage.
Yeah.
At least there's that. As in the attack roll.
Yep, so click the attack roll plus button. Still doesn't hit, I'm afraid.
Nope. Second go.
Cool. Still at
At
advantage.
advantage.
That one hits.
Woo! I get 4 necrotic damage.
And that one kills it.
Hey! I still
Nice.
get my 4.
Plunks it right in the eye. As it just makes a quiet whine as it plunks to the ground.
And I was anything but cool making those shots. I was totally going like, too close, too close. My weird magic shit is not working well.
Does it continue making the horrible loud noise that it was making? Or does it become quiet?
So as you settle yourself from the battle, you do start to realize that the rumbling that had gone really close has completely died down, but there is still a slight rumble.
There's more of these.
I mean,
Getting quiet is necessarily a good idea. Good thing.
Yeah.
People might notice it got quiet.
how long would it take to get the hide off of this thing? Or at least enough of
Yeah.
it to make some stuff out of.
It depends.
Yeah. I want to pry some plates off it.
Depends on how well you roll, I guess. It'd definitely take a good few minutes.
Mhm.
And again, you are hearing that light rumble.
obviously seem triggered by us moving into range anyway, so like,
Might as well.
yeah.
Thoricus is a salvaging king for sure.
I will assist Thoricus in getting the stuff.
Cool. So I will check at advantage then, please.
Me
Nice.
Cool.
gives it.
All right. So peel back the bits and the plates of armor that aren't totally shredded by bullets and arrows.
Yeah. Hey, I went for the eye.
Yep. There's still a little glint of green fairy fire on it as you're peeling it away, and you end up with a good few pounds of bullet hide.
Nice. Chuck it into the bag of holding.
Seem the time. Just saying, guys.
Yeah.
It really doesn't seem the time.
What? Do you want to forge ahead? We ain't stopping
Well-
you.
No, I'll stay with you.
Okay.
Obviously.
We don't compromise things that could have scientific properties. We
And
could make shit
also-
out of this.
Yeah, that could be some very good armor for us.
I suppose. Seems a bit dangerous to stop in the middle of a cave where we're surrounded by enemies to skin the thing we just killed. But, you do you.
If we do this one now, it means that we don't have to do any of the other ones later, and we can just go straight through.
And do you not want to see what this thing's made out of? Do you have no ounce of curiosity?
Really?
Are you?
Not a scientist, Thoricus.
Jesus Christ.
And darling.
Anyway, what do the guts look like?
I mean, as I said, it's like a giant mole rat. Like,
I take a couple of its teeth.
yeah, with that survival roll, you pick out a couple of teeth if you want. More.
Right, I'm feeling good. We can get going.
Cool.
Besides, we're
Well-
good enough at doing this stuff. It doesn't take us that long.
Yeah, it doesn't take. Yeah, it takes you only a couple of minutes to peel back and take off what you need or you want without getting caught up. Thoricus is a skilled skinner.
Well,
So-
practice.
Nevertheless,
peel.
Nemi is going to kind of pace back and forth slightly while it's being done.
Oh yeah, and in that you get ever more agitated as you notice that the rumbling is getting closer. Again,
Varys is mopping Thoricus's brow with like a cloth as they're getting the hide off.
Yeah. Anyway, once you're done, you guys do also notice then, that the rumble is getting louder. It's not like nearly as close as it was before, but yeah, something is definitely probably coming this way. So, what's the plan?
I mean, we
Onward
just gotta
we
keep
go.
going.
Continuing on.
Yes.
Really have much of a choice.
Nemi had a choice not to come along. I
Hey, that wasn't a choice that Nemi had available to her.
mean,
Yeah.
mhm.
Stay at home with the grizzly trophy. That's even better.
Yep, all alone.
And it's just staring at you.
Golden bell galore.
No, we wouldn't have left Nemi alone there. We don't trust Nemi that much. Bailey would have been like, fuck no.
Nimi doesn't have a key to the house yet.
Yeah.
That's true.
no.
And we're not
Nemi
allowed to
does
just...
not in any way consider herself to be entitled to any aspect of the house whatsoever. She's just like, this is my friend's house. Like that.
And we would have just... We would have been like... Okay, we got two options. We let you do whatever and you might steal from us. Or we literally lock a person in our house.
Yeah, true.
Maybe not. That might not be the vibe.
Maybe not.
Probably not.
Anyway, you continue along the cave. Good few hours. Yeah, there's a few winds and turns, but not much else really sticks out. Yeah, you feel like you passed a real exciting bit just casually, and then now it's just boring for a while. Eventually the rumbling eventually the rumbling starts to die down, and the tunnel stops winding and turning and becomes more straight, and also starts to return to more of that constructed feel. The walls become smoother, and it's no longer just dirt at your feet. It becomes proper stone, and then carved stone and brick, and turns into like an area that's definitely someone built, and seemingly has been maintaining for recently, as it's relatively clean, and yeah, still looks constructed as opposed to the rest of the cave. And then you come upon a massive set of doors, crafted from that same magical metal that all the cities are made out of, that Joe is made out of, that all the constructs are made out of. That ancient metal.
To investigate the door.
Sure. Can
Who's the
do.
best investigation? Was it
Yeah, that's me.
Darius? Yes. Well, is it a regular door?
Regular door. Regular door.
What even is a regular door?
Who even knows?
Oh, it's a whole thing. Presumably, yeah.
Yeah. Seems like a regular door.
Regular
And
door. Regular door.
can you hear anything through the door?
That's actually a good point. Can I hear anything? Do I hear if this noise is getting closer?
You gotta do
The
perception for
rumbling
that.
has stopped for a while ago, but you have to roll me a perception.
At advantage, though.
Yeah, advantage.
Is
You
it?
got other people listening out for you as well.
Still better the first time.
Yeah, you do hear stuff on the other side, like people, like yeah, there's a bustling metropolis on the other side of this door.
I say, just sort of cycling through everyone's head, so that I'm not speaking out loud. There sounds like there is a large amount of people on the other side of this door, like a city's worth.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Does that mean we could just rock on in, or are we gonna be attacked?
I don't know.
Have we gotten past all the scary guard people, and we might be okay with Joe on our side, or are we all gonna be shish kebabbed?
Good point. Joe, thoughts?
No idea. My people certainly aren't alive anymore. I don't know who could be living here.
Cool. New people.
Great. Wonderful.
Is there a keyhole in the door?
Yes.
Can I peer through it?
Sure. Roll a perception.
Yeah.
Can't really get a good picture of anything beyond it. It does seem like it's locked, though.
Will Ailey try to pick the lock?
All right.
Absolutely.
Just so that we can possibly open the door a little. No throwing the door open, please. Still being stealthy.
Okay, that's so mean.
Hey.
Yep. Unlocks it, no problem. Attempts to
Thanks, Ailey.
start like creaking it open, and then as they're pushing it up, realize that the other door comes along with it. It seems that there is like a on the other side. It's been, you know, it's got a what's the word for it? The doors are connected together by something that's been slotted behind them. So it's been sealed essentially to stop whatever from coming in.
Okay.
Mm.
This is where we really need Ailey back.
The shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay. Let's see. Let's see.
Oh, there is one thing I haven't tried.
Mm.
What kind of metal is the door made out of? I lick the door.
It's the same metal that all the other. It's the ancient metal from all the ancient cities.
No special tang.
I mean, it does have that like that tang that those metals have that you've licked before. You know.
No extra spiciness. Nothing like that.
No, it is like initially it is like licking a battery. But
you said no, but the answer was yes.
I mean, you quickly you settle in back into that it is normal, but it is just the same sort of metal that everything else is made of because you get the same feeling. But the initial reaction of your tongue touching it is like that quick feeling, but then it goes away. That's just Thrakus. That's what they do.
I mean, it's how I get my best information about shit.
Apparently.
Genuinely. Most of the time. I look, I listen, doesn't mean shit. But when I look at them, then we know. This is why it is my scientific method.
Yeah.
So I guess technically I should be looking at least 3 times.
And you should have a control to lick at all times.
I mean, yeah, that's the inside of my mouth. Duh.
No, you need something else to lick. It's not something.
Yeah, my teeth.
It's not how that works.
Just sniff some coffee or something. Some ground coffee beans.
If you're testing metals, you have another piece of metal that you know the nature of.
I'm not just testing metals.
Yeah, so you also gotta have a control
Sure.
moss. You gotta have a control rock. You gotta have a control frog. You gotta have controls for each one of these things.
Control.
Okay, who is this person calling me out on my weird homebrew scientific method I made in the forest as a 17-year-old? Because I do not appreciate it.
That's fair. Anyway, with the you know, you look in and everyone's sort of getting onto it. I imagine at this point, Enan's probably like, "Why don't we just knock?" And then knocks on the door before anybody says anything.
Extra stealth, extra stealth. Nope. Peace out.
Everybody else stealth.
We stealthing? Sure.
I'm just like, you can be in front of the door. Peace out.
Nope.
Hello.
You're back.
Hello.
Yes. If I can be stealth, I'll be as stealth as possible.
Okay, roll a stealth.
Just Eden, the completely naive
Yep.
one of the party. There is one.
He just walks up, knocks on the door.
I'm like, you know what? If this is how he wants to die, then that is up to him.
Politely.
Yeah. Well, you hear the majority of the bustling city. The majority of the noises that you're hearing from beyond the door stop. And then there's sort of like a few steps in coming your direction. And the heaviest dwarven accent you've ever heard. Who's there? And then he goes, it's Enon. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got for you.
So is this person on the other side of the door?
Yeah, so there's you're hearing a door from the other side of the what sounds like a door from the other side of the door.
Are they speaking common?
Yes.
Nemi, in her most bardly introduction voice, is going to go, "It is a group of great adventurers come to investigate this magnificent place and potentially prevent a war."
Prevent a war? What the fuck are you talking about?
There is a lot of things that have happened here, and he's hearing this in his head. You should probably let us in, please.
What the... Yes, I'd... Alright, how did you get past the, the stuff?
Quietly.
Skilled adventurers indeed. And you hear them lift off the piece of wood that's separating, it's holding the doors together, as well as you hear a few extra clatter of something, probably like traps or whatever, being disarmed, and the doors open onto the underground city of Storm's Ledge. And you are
Guess I'm just going in with these freaking yips.
you guys are
Well, dang,
ignore
Ailey was right.
ignore the buildings, and why can you guys not see things? That's not what I want. Give me 2 seconds and I'll sort out the vision problem.
See? Kinda.
Just make sure everybody's here. Who are we missing? Joe. Followers, Joe. And edit.
Joe the blowing machine.
Lighting. Everybody can see everything. There you go. You can all see it?
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Turn off Joe's fucking disco lights. Alright, so because I'm using the same creation tool that I previously used to make these cities, ignore the buildings on the outside of the walls. The walls dictate where the actual city ends, and it becomes rock and dirt and walls. Yeah. So you guys are at this entrance to the city. And the door opens. You see out. You see a bunch of dwarven kids out, seemingly playing in the street. Well, it seemed like they were playing in the street. Who are now, huddling together,
Staring.
backing away, staring at the newcomers.
Nemi would like to introduce herself to the dwarf that just let us in. Is he like he's right here with us, right?
Yep, he's right there next to you. He's standing by the open door, getting a good look at you guys as well. As he's also very interested. He's
Going to go.
got a nice thick black beard. Reaches all the way down to his navel. Thick black hair, slicked back like a greaser as well. Yeah. But otherwise, he's got a deeper bluish complexion. He's, I guess, which one of you would know this? Varys probably knows. Nimi, you probably do. Yeah. They look like closer to a deep dwarf. Yeah, a Duergar. Duergar. But not entirely so. Not so dark, but it seems like an offshoot or something. Just that lighter blue tint to their skin.
So like a Duergar equivalent of like a half elf type thing.
Possibly. You're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you that's the instinct you get. It's like, oh, they're like
It's the guess.
related or something.
Yeah.
Something to that nature.
Yeah.
And you see that similar look on the dwarves all around you.
Hail and well met, new friend. Thank you for inviting us in. And kind of goes to introduce the party. Yeah. And kind of each in turn. And just kind of giving little factoids that are not, no one's going to be upset that she said these things. But they're she's trying to make the dwarf feel like they're being really open.
Would you give titles that you've heard about them instead of just giving like facts? Would you be like, this is Varys, blah blah blah, this is thing, blah blah blah? Because you've heard of these people as you've been, trying to find them.
Yeah, that's actually yes.
Cool.
Maybe if there's like the odd great deed that one or the other has done, I might pepper that in.
Oh yeah. So for Varys, you'd be like, this is Varys Moonfox, savior of children.
Yeah.
This is Thrakis, Demon Bane. This is Ailey, Dagger in the Dark. This is Inan, the amnesiac, I guess.
Yeah.
And our friend Joe and the dog, Codswallop.
Codswallop needs a title.
Codswallop the loyal.
Scarer of dragons.
Yeah.
Codswallop, the good boy.
The goodest
Yes.
boy.
The goodest boy.
Yeah.
Does the dwarf kind of respond to that?
Well met indeed. My name is Losman. I'm from the Battle Delver line. I don't have any fancy title like that, but definitely well met.
You said that you hadn't heard anything about a war. You not get many visitors.
Not for a long time. I mean, we're again, not for a long time. We haven't heard of the reason why we're down here is because of a war. So that thing's still going. Then
No, this is a new declaration.
I see.
There is not currently a war. We hope to stop one.
It's about to begin.
Let me guess. They found out that there's no magic, and they want to blame somebody for it, right?
The elves.
Well,
Do you know?
well, that's what happened a few hundred years ago.
Humans are greedy.
Wait, let me find that out. Let me time frame here.
Love to hear your story and to share ours with you.
No, it was a few. It was 2,000 years ago.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, 2,000 years ago. Give or take a few hundred, you know.
Give or take a couple of lifetimes, yes.
Well, yes, dwarven lifetimes at least. Well, yes, do come in. Let us shut up this way. It's not usually safe to come in that way. Very impressed that you made it.
There's a safer way?
Well, there's 3 other paths that come in. They're not
So of the 4 paths that there are, did we take the hardest path?
most definitely, yes.
Mhm.
But they're secret, the other ones, so you probably wouldn't have found them. Although this one should have also been secret.
I mean, it kind of was. We kind of stumbled upon it, but
I see. Well, yeah, come on in. I'll show you. I'll show you around if you like. There'll be plenty of
Absolutely.
people
Yes,
interested in
please.
meeting you. Well, as Losman leads you through the town and into the city square, you notice that it isn't just dwarves in the city. So that was obviously the first thing you noticed. A dwarf. He's the one who opened up the door for you, and children and stuff in that area. But you do quickly notice that there are some humanoids as well, but they immediately stick out to Ailey because they have dragon scales. But are
Ailey's missing
otherwise human.
out.
oh shit.
Yes. So we'll have to explain that to them when they decide to show up. But yeah, a couple of what seems like dragon heritage humans as well. Dwarves. A lot of the bluer dwarves. Yeah, as well as a few other what you would call magical creatures, I guess, in a sense. So like owlbears and
Oh shit.
and Aarakocra and things like that. That the few and far between. You just spot like a feather on a person or something like that as you're moving through. It seems like everything that you wouldn't consider like a mundane race that you've previously known to be within your realm of experience, specifically on the continent you guys came from, seem to be down here, hiding in this city.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah,
would
not
hide in the
seeing any
city too.
humans.
So the humans you are seeing are the ones that have scales. You do see other humans you don't notice have scales, but you probably assume that they are
There
dragon
is something
heritage.
different about them.
Something different about them. You spot a human that looks like just a normal human person, working some iron in a sort of blacksmithy sort of way, and then he turns to see you guys and give the stare like everybody else is doing, and you see it's just entire face is covered in ruby dragon scales. So not like just red or like metal, like crystalline dragon scales that are like ruby red.
Very
Is
cool.
our guard still walking with us?
Yep, he's still walking you, leading you through.
I don't mean to be rude. I'm gonna keep my voice in his head as I'm saying this. But that person had gem dragon scales on their face.
Yes.
Do you happen to know anything about diamond types of that?
Diamond dragons. I mean, you'd have to ask the dragon people. I don't know much about them. Not privy to a lot of that stuff, but we usually keep to ourselves. But I know that there's a lot of different types of crystalline dragons.
Have you heard of one called Jensen?
I've heard that name thrown around. Not something I'm totally privy
No,
to.
that's fine. Do you know who I would be able to talk to get more information?
Well, as I said, there's plenty of dragon heritage people around. I'm not sure which one of them you'd be best to talk to, but
Fair enough.
yeah, I'm taking you currently to the middle of the square. Maybe introduce you to some people who might be interested in newcomers.
Very
Thank
well.
you very much.
Thanks.
So yeah, yeah, leads you down. People stopping and staring again. You guys are well used to this by now. From your previous experience, but this is not so much a when you were in Hiroga and that when you guys were being looked at like that, it was the other sort of thing. They were like looking at you as though you were out of place, but these guys are looking at you as though they're welcoming it. They're like, wow, this is a new thing, this is cool. Like, we haven't seen new people
We're
in
here.
so long.
We're all a ragtag enough group to not look odd, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, so it seems
We're not
mainly,
intimidating.
yeah, from the main looks you're getting, it's mainly people looking at Thrykus and Enin, and Ailey and Nemi. You Varys aren't getting as many looks.
That's how he would like it. That's
Yeah.
fine.
And Joe, who's got his head up now, is also not getting many looks either. Because they don't seem to notice his nature as everybody else sort of takes the party. But yeah, by the time that you reach the square, it seems like it is getting. It seems like they've started to lower the lights. So, around every street corner, along every street, along the ground, there are magical lights, similar to the ones that you've seen in the other underground ruins that you've been in that have had lights in them. Yeah, like the one underneath Coppernoe.
Mm-hmm.
But embedded in the ground, as well as in the buildings, similar ones overhead. But as you guys have been walking through, you've noticed that they have been slowly dimming. It seems to be an attempt to imitate a day-night cycle, which you get the feeling as sensible as it currently feels like it. You've been you've been at it all day, and it is getting close to nighttime. And you do hear the occasional shout as you pass a more cul-de-sac sort of street of parents yelling out for their kids to come home. But you make it into the town square, where just a whole lot of people have gathered. Like it got out extremely quickly that there were new people here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Varys
is probably attempting to hide behind somebody.
Yeah. As a crowd has formed. Losman steps out in front of you guys, stop between you guys and the crowd. He goes, "Hey, leave them be. You don't need to crowd them. Just, we'll all figure out this story eventually, okay? No need to rush." And you hear a couple of shouts, and one of them go, "Battle Deliver, we need to know what's going on outside. It's been 2,000 years. Shut up!" And the crowd laughs. And there's whoever shouted that sort of gets pulled back into the crowd. And he turns to you as the it's not a huge crowd, like it doesn't take up the whole square or anything like that. It's just like a massing of people. Starts to slowly dissipate as they they recognize that it's getting late and they probably don't need to hassle you. He goes, "Well, that was not the kind of introduction I was hoping for, but I brought you to the only inn in town, as we don't really have visitors. They'll be extremely happy to take your patronage."
Thank
They
you.
had patrons for like 2,000 years.
Well, they still have, tavern goers. They still have the occasional drifter who doesn't have it.
Are you still on the gold standard? Or
Yes,
do you use other
yes,
currency?
we
Oh,
are
good.
still on the gold standard.
Sorry, 2,000 years changes a lot.
Well, it doesn't change
It's a
gold.
good question.
Gold will always be an accepted currency in a dwarven city.
That's fair.
Well, I'll take you in. Opens the door. Leads you to a nice, well lit, firelight tavern inn. Few beer drinkers, obviously. A lot of dwarves all over this tavern, who immediately look up and then immediately go back to their drinks. They're here for a reason. They don't care about what you guys are up to. But Losman leads you up to a very voluptuous dwarven barmaid. This building was built the same as all the other buildings that those before built. So it's quite large, but large enough for medium creatures, and humanoids and people quite tall. But a lot of the furniture that is currently laid out is made for dwarves. So as
Varys looks at the chairs and he's just grinning ear to ear.
it's like, yeah, everyone else is like,
Sort of shrug because I prefer sitting on the floor anyway.
Nimi doesn't mind. So he leads us to a barmaid, you see?
Yep. And he goes up and goes, "Here's the bell. Get him all around of drinks on me."
Very kind.
Drink on her.
If you insist.
Oh, go on, Varys, go on.
Oh dear.
Rolls her eyes.
And she goes, "On you, Losman. All right." And she starts filling up a bunch of beers. Does it extremely quickly. And manages to hold them all in her arms. She
Nice.
lands them up on the bar. Here you go.
Does the inn have any musical performance going on?
Not currently.
Is there a stage of any kind or an area set aside for musicians?
Yes. So by the fire, there is a gap where there's no tables in the corner of the place. That would suffice.
Yumi kind of leans up against the bar in a very familiar kind of a way. And she goes, "Thanks, doll. Any chance we could have a talk about your empty performer spot there, my love? It's been a wee while since I've had a chance to play and feel like maybe your patrons might enjoy it."
All right, Les. Let's see what you got.
It's going to pull out her viol. And she's probably going to start with something upbeat but also like not in your face annoying after a long day.
Okay. Roll me a performance check.
Motherfucker.
Ooh. I thought that was a 6. Well, you don't get immediately booed away or anything. You don't. No one seems to like get too into it. You see a couple of dwarves like tap their feet in rhythm, but otherwise, non-intrusive, non-offensive. Seems to work out for you. Meanwhile, what's everybody else doing? I imagine that Ailey and Enon take down their drinks very quickly and immediately ask for more. And they do manage to find themselves a table for you all to sit at, Losman included. So, don't mean to pry, but just extremely interested in what's been going on outside. And, well, I guess first off, exactly how you managed to make it past everything down that path. The machines, the bullets.
Well, we only actually had to deal with one bullet.
Only one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes, we're pretty lucky. But yeah, we were. Those things definitely still are down there. We just very much snuck by them.
I see.
We
Well,
have a few ways.
By chance, do you happen to know anybody that works with bullet hide?
possibly. It's been a long time since someone took one down, but
Is
there's a
that
few
meat
blicks.
worth anything to you? Because, I mean, could always.
I
No.
imagine that'd probably be eaten by now.
A shame.
give it to Codswallop. But it's probably like, no, it's a bit, it's not particularly tasty. Their diet isn't, no.
He is kind of gritty.
It's a lot of dirt in their diet. So, okay, that's that part. This war you're talking about. So 2,000 years ago, us dwarves and us more magical creatures, whatever thing caused them to start losing magic didn't affect us as much. Didn't affect the dragons as much either. The humans, halflings, the dwarves who weren't deep-blooded like we are, they got off light. They lost their magic. They got upset about it, joined together, just started getting very angry. First off, they just started killing the the big dragons, dragons, which, as they weren't particularly, the greedy people were greedy creatures, and seen in sort of a menace in general. Wasn't a hard push for them to start doing that. But then they started coming for dragon heritage people and deep dwarf heritage people and the Aarakocra and anything that continued to have magical ability, even though the rest of it had been sucked away from the other races. So, well, as it turns out, the dwarves had found this city. They dig. That's what we do. We found the city. We'd managed to keep it hidden at the time long enough to keep in as many refugees as we could. And, closed off all the entrances, and basically no one's been in or out for 2,000 years. There's been a few, ruffians and sneaks, more adventurous types who make their way out and maybe make their way back in, but we haven't really heard of, we certainly haven't heard of anyone from the outside who have lived in the outside their entire lives coming in. And the last time we had someone leave and come back, it was only maybe 20 years ago now. I guess they recently came back, but they didn't say anything about no war. At least, not that I know of. I haven't talked to him personally.
Who was it that came back?
A man named Alamein.
Does he happen to? And Varys will reach over and pull out last rites. Does he happen to have weapons similar to these?
No, not that I've seen on him.
Interesting. I think you're the right person. Fan.
But yeah, he's he mainly hangs out with the monks over in the Noon House. So don't really hear much from him, but yeah, I heard when he was out last, he had a nasty bout and basically decided never to go back out. So
I heard something about he was hunting beasts.
I don't know anything about that. So they figured out again that they've lost magic, right? So
Yep.
I guess over the last 2,000 years they forgot about it. Realized now that you guys are showing up that they've lost something. Well, shit. So who are they going to war with? Just your kind?
No, the elves.
Yeah.
The elves?
The
There were no
elves.
elves come here.
What?
When we came, there no elves came along. So they're coming now, or?
These elves have been there for a couple of thousands of years.
There's been elves here for thousands of years?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. For a very,
He's like-
very long time.
Like, visibly shocked. Like, okay. That's news to me.
Yeah, we killed a warmonger who used his own death to incite the rest of the war.
Ah,
Bad. How bad?
well,
Is bad? I don't know.
I'll drink to that.
Mm.
It drinks down another beer, calls out for another one. Right. Well, okay. The elf's been here the whole time. How about that? Okay. Magic people coming back. Wait, so then where did you guys come from? From across the sea?
The old continent.
The old
yes.
continent.
Mm.
Wow. Finally figured out how to get back there. Nice. Well, not nice, I guess. It means it. Well, now they found out they don't got no magic no more. Oh
Mm.
dear. All right. Well, what brings you down here? Did they you're just trying to hide away from them, or what?
I sort of nod towards Joe. If I'm speaking out of turn at any point, let me know. But our friend here is looking for some answers. We believe that you can probably help.
Answers, eh?
Mhm.
Well, there ain't no answers down here that aren't thousands of years old. I don't know what much use we could be.
These are the kind of answers we're looking for.
Yeah.
I see.
I just sort of gesture at him from the side, like, look at it. Look at this.
Thousands of years.
Joe pulls his head back a little bit, and he very finally notices he's a machine. Ah, I see. Interesting. You got one that. Never seen
He's
one
his own
so
person.
docile before. It's his own person, even.
Yeah.
Wow,
He has autonomy.
interesting. Yeah, the only ones I've ever seen have been violent from the get-go. No reasoning with them whatsoever.
They're only violent if you intrude.
Yeah, that's true. But us dwarves, we like to intrude.
I hear that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've explored almost every part of the city that we can think of, and we initially ran into some constructs, but nothing special like your friend. What exactly were you looking for in particular?
There was a station of fabrication, I think, where these things are made. We are meant to be going to there.
Joe says, a clockwork dragon manufactory. Clockwork
That's the one.
dragon? Really?
Yep. We have fought one, and we have seen two.
You fought a clockwork dragon. A dragon that was made out of the same stuff that these guys are.
Yes.
Wow. You guys must be some adventurers, I tell you.
We're good at what we do.
Well,
Did this guy become southern?
I don't know why.
It's just been morphing.
It's just all I got.
Yeah.
Tried Scottish, it didn't work.
No,
It was.
let's go
I
with
thought it was
Southern.
great.
I love it.
Well, I mean, deep south, right? Anyway,
Yep.
well, I know of any place in the city that could construct such a thing. And as I say, we've explored as much of it as we can. But I mean, if your friend here knows any secrets, point us in the direction. Sure, the dwarves would love to get their hands on that sort of thing. So, we'd be willing to help.
I mean, that is Joe's purview to decide on. You mentioned Elamine hung out with monks?
Yeah, over in Noonhouse. I guess to the north. I mean, We don't really use direction around here.
It's fine. Yeah. I will make note of where he points out.
Yeah.
So that I can try and track that place down.
It's here on your map. Noon house.
Let's see. Over here.
Over here.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Well.
Point out, I know Nemi's busy elsewhere, but is someone going to point out that the dragon manufactory is supposed to be at the top of the mountain rather than in the mountain?
All right. So you like take a little break, come over, drink a beer. It's meant to be in the top of the mountain. Yeah, that's. Well, we are currently under a mountain, so we haven't really found anything that goes up. At least not directly. So, I
There are
mean,
no goats on the mountain?
what?
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 And then surrounded by falling goats suddenly.
No, you're not saying
On the mountain, not in the mountain. Jeez.
There probably are goats on the mountain.
Yeah.
But you're currently underneath the mountain, deep underground.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what he's saying. I ain't see no way currently from within the city to go up. I mean, from the looks that you guys got, a lot of the buildings, it's sort of like a dome, right? So it reaches up into the mountain and disappears beyond most of your guys' sight. There's a couple of buildings that do reach up and seem to like reach into that darkness. But again, from what Losman is saying, essentially that they've lived in these houses for 2,000 years. Haven't seen anything like your elevators or anything like that. But again, at the same time as well, no one fucking Cowport or Haroka fucking ran into any of those fucking train stations either, so.
Sounds like perhaps we should stick around, see who else we can learn some things from. Go from there.
Definitely. Good idea.
Yeah. Well, it'll be good to see some fresh new faces around, no matter how long you stay. Yeah.
Sorry, so did elves just not exist when you were
Well, I mean,
topside again?
I know of elves. Yeah, we know of elves. We've got historical documents of the continent we came from. What's it fucking called? Errata. Yeah, we all came from there to this place, Carrion. We all set up in all these cities that we found lying around.
That were already made?
Yep, they were already here when we got here. Spent 1,000 years in them, basically, maybe a little bit more. Then we lost the ability to get back to the continent of Errata. That all of the there was like an undersea earthquake or something, and the currents they changed, and they couldn't figure out a way to get back without losing months, years. There's many expeditions we sent that just never came back. It was about the same time that Copper Knight seemed to like activate in some way. There was like disintegrations of people apparently, and things coming to life. It's all hearsay at this point, but it's in the books. Then they teach us at school, so I take it with a grain of salt, but that's just what they tell us. And then shortly after that, they started hunting dragons, and then started hunting us. So we hit. But yeah, no elves had made the voyage. All the high elves and the wood elves were too hoity-toity to make their make a 3-month voyage. So yeah, I just thought they'd all stayed behind and never made the way over here. But I mean, if they'd been here for years before we even got here, are they to the west by chance? Through the forest?
Yes.
Mm.
Well, I guess that kind of makes sense. We'd always tried to send expeditions to the west, but again, none of them ever made it. We just thought that the forest was like cursed or some shit.
Kinda.
I mean, the forest was connected to the Fae, I think.
The Feywild? Yeah, I guess that makes sense too. So they probably just got themselves well lost before making it.
Hmm.
This is all seeming very deja vu.
Deja vu?
Like everything's happened before and now it's happening again.
History does
Wow.
repeat itself.
Mm.
Do you
The
have any
sentient-
idea in your time what it was that took magic away from some of the people?
Well, at the time we assumed that it was whatever it. Well, us magical people assumed. Those who got the magic taken away, they jumped to all sorts of conclusions. But our best researchers would assume that whatever these cities are constructed out of, the material, the magic, seems to drain away the magic of the inhabitants. Obviously, whoever created them was meant to have a lot more excess magic than they did. And whatever it was that they were taking away from us was empowering Copper Knight, and that's what turned it into this death trap. But you know, we stopped being able to go outside, stopped being able to get new information. So that's all we
That
really got.
aligns pretty closely with what we think so far. But again, we don't have much more information than that.
And Joe pipes up, and that's why we need to get to the dragon manufactory and see if they have any more memory cores lying around, basically, or any sort of instruction. Find out what corrupted the clockwork dragon that we ran into in Copper Knight. Find out what I was constructed for, what these cities were constructed for.
Who constructed them? And how?
Yeah, exactly. Well, this has been a time, I tell you. Well, I better get home to the missus. You all have a great night. If you want,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you all too. Yeah, as I said, meet talk with Hesabel. She'll set you up with some rooms for the night. Not on me, unfortunately. I don't got money for that. But
It's okay.
yeah, absolutely, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to try and want to talk to you when you get up in the morning. I'm sorry about that. It's just the way the word travels. If you want to learn more about the dragons and their heritage stuff, I know that there's a few dragon blacksmiths you could probably talk to.
Sounds good.
Yeah. What else? Yeah. I mean, I know that there's still some arcanists that hang around in the castle area. They sort of turned it into a sorcerer's college, I guess. Trying to practice the magic we still do have. They might be the sort of scholars you're looking for. Been looking into more to do with this magic stuff, and as I said, they There's no real new information coming in, so
Do you happen to know anything about a substance called spice?
spice. Oh yeah, we know about spice. we
Elaborate.
we mine it. It comes out of the ground. What do you want? We use it to power a whole lot of these machines.
Okay,
See all
so
the
Use
lights
spice.
out on the street. These are all powered by spice.
Varys kind of looks at Thoricus, and Thoricus hears in her head, "This is sounding exactly like the same thing that's happened before."
Hmm.
And
Well,
he's
You
just
said
watching
it
as these two are
privately.
silently staring at each other.
Well,
Well.
you said it in my head, not out
Yep.
loud, so I'm
Yep.
like, I shouldn't say anything, I guess.
Varys just gives you a thumbs up. Turns back to the guy.
I'm just like tense and like shuffling a little in my seat, like, oh, what to do?
Well, on that bombshell, it is almost 10:30. So this is where we're going to finish up. Thanks everybody for showing up, becoming fans, giving all those likes. Everybody, it's been great having you along. Tomorrow and Saturday, Random Guy will be back with more Klonoa until it's done. Then it'll be back to the usual for him, Shenmue and Horizon, the second one. Sunday, Beef's not back. I might stream on Sunday, maybe not. Yeah, Beef will be back next month, so don't worry. No more streams from him. Then Monday, me, Vertigo, Pyro 9 will be back with more Divinity Original Sin 2. Come check that out. It's always good fun. Tuesday, Random Guys taking over for Beef. Then Wednesday, the whole Fano, excluding Beef, will be back. I think we're playing Phantasy Star Online too. Man. And then Thursday next week, we'll be back figuring out what's going on here in the old Storm's Ledge and all the southern dwarves we've got.
Well,
Shit. That's just gonna be there. It's just gonna be their fucking accent, I guess.
It is what it is now.
It is what it is.
new
All
town,
right.
new accent.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you all
Thank you.
next time.
Bye.
Bye.